Hair braiding has deep roots in the African American community. It's not only a style, but a protective hairstyle that dates back decades, and it's important to make sure no one discriminates another by the style of their hair. Here to discuss the Crown Act and the importance behind protective hairstyles is Tricoci University admissions advisor, Tempest Golden. Hi, Tempest. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Well, thanks so much for joining us to talk about this. So let's just jump straight into the history behind protective hairstyles and why they're so important.
So I know like different braiding hairstyles. What they used to do back in slavery days is they would actually use that as like a roadmap to get out from where they are, and as a way to freedom. So it's a way to not only express yourself, but protect their hair, have it grow in different aspects as well.
And so can you kind of talk about why it's so important for Tricoci University to teach these different techniques and styles? I've gotten to see some videos on how you teach your students, and it's very intricate.
Yes. So we want to teach our students hair, the history of it, where it came from, how it got started, where it originated. And I think there's no better way than teaching all types of hair. So no one is singled out. Nobody feels any type of way, but we want to educate our students on hair, the importance of it, how to maintain it, and the best practices for it as well.
What are the different braiding techniques you go through with your students?
So we'll teach them how to do stitching braiding. We'll teach them how to do braids where you're actually adding hair to the braid. Regular 3-strand braids. They'll teach them how to do fishtails, twisting, 2-strand twists. So anything that has to do with braiding, we have expanded our menu to be able to accommodate all of it.
And do you go through products on what to use when braiding as well? Because I assume that there's important products you need to use to keep the braid going.
Absolutely. We go through product education, how to use it, the proper usage, and which works best for different types of hair as well.
And so I know that the Crown Act definitely ties in to these braiding styles and the protective hairstyles and, making sure that no one discriminates against what hairstyles you wear. So can you kind of talk about the tie between the two in the Crown Act?
Yes, absolutely. So in dealing with the Crown Act, it's to be able to have people to express their hair naturally. As you can see, dreads are in now, twisting, braiding, rocking their hair natural. So a way to be able to express themselves or not have to conform to what society says is the right hair type for them is very important. So educating on people on hair and how to maintain it is very important to our students as well as the Crown Act as well.
Would you say that hair is almost an identity of someone, how someone showcases who they are to the public?
Absolutely. I believe it's an expression of who you are. It's a way for you to be creative. And then I love how, like with the Crown Act, it won't limit you on what you can do with your hair.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Really talking
Thank you for
about the
having me.
importance, not just behind the Crown Act, but also behind the protective hairstyles and the history behind it. Really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.